Oh, hi there. My name's Owen Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, yeah, I got something really cool that a friend of mine just released, and I thought I would do this video live. I may do a pre-recorded video in the future, but who knows? And disclaimer before I begin, if this doesn't work out, then don't blame me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But this is live TV, and I'm going to try something live today, so who knows what's going to happen. This could be the most amazing thing you've ever seen in your entire life, or it might not work. We'll see. So very informal today. I want to talk about acoustic IRs. I've been meaning to talk about acoustic IRs for a long time. I do talk about them quite a lot on here. What are they? Well, let's start with that. Pedals like the Fishman Aura, things like that, where you can basically emulate the sound of a microphone from your pickup. That's not exactly what it's doing. You might be familiar with things like Helix and Kemper, which are emulating the sound of a guitar cabinet. Well, this is basically doing the same thing, but from the sound of the acoustic guitar. That's a terrible explanation of what they are, but I don't want to go into that today. I want to get into trying out this software. So what we're trying to do basically is take that raw pickup acoustic sound that many people don't like. Now, first of all, I will say this. Some people like the sound of an undersaddle pickup with no processing. Some people like that sound. I guess if you get used to it, it's fine, right? I've had instances where I've played an amazing, what I thought was an amazing pickup system on stage, and then someone's got up with a Fishman undersaddle and said their guitar sounded better. So this is all subjective. I don't know. I also feel in this day and age right now where we're at, a lot of people are saying, well, they're not playing live, they don't need to do things like this. Well, I disagree. Actually, when I play on the live streams and play direct, I want more of a processed sound than I do when I play on stage. I feel like on stage I want more of a raw sound because it cuts through the room better. But when I do my live streams, I want more of a natural guitar sound because you're sitting at home listening like this. You're listening on headphones, hopefully, or good speakers. Even on your phone, you know, you're going to hear the sound of that pickup, and it's not a pleasant sound to have direct. Depending on the system, there's many different systems, as we know, that I've covered on the channel, but this is a way of using something like the Podgo or the Line 6 Helix or one of these devices that can load an impulse response to have a basically more of a microphone-like sound of your pickup. So that's what I'm going to be trying today. So I think that's a decent introduction. Let me show you what the software is. So a friend of mine from the Acoustic Guitar Forum does great work. He's the first person that really told me about impulse responses and what they are and how valuable they are to acoustic players. So this was really cool. The other day he posted on the forum that he's created an app for Mac or Windows where you can basically create an impulse response of your guitar, your acoustic guitar. These are not for electric guitars, these are for acoustic guitars. And why is that important? Well, it's important because I noticed that, I'm talking a lot about Helix here because I posted this in the Helix and Line 6 groups where I frequent. Well, I noticed there a lot of times people will buy acoustic IRs and blend them in with their acoustic pickups. And that can be good. I tried some recently from worship tutorials, sounded really good. I have to say, the 3 Sigma ones sound good. People praise them, they're really good. But with some pickups, you find that it's best to create the impulse response from the pickup and the guitar itself, right? If I make an impulse response of a Martin D45, a high-end expensive guitar with a Fishman undersaddle pickup, and I use that on my Taylor guitar with ES2 system, the chances are it won't sound good because the impulse response was made with a different pickup and a different guitar, and maybe even the microphone and everything. The best way to do this is to use a microphone like this. This is a great mic actually for creating these things. I've been using this in the past. This is the Slate ML2. Later on, if I leave this video up, I'll leave a link to this below. So you want to get something like this. This is a flat mic. It just picks up the guitar. It doesn't really color the sound at all. So this is a good mic to use, the Slate ML2. You want to use that mic on your own guitar with the pickup that you have. That's what you really want to do. The microphone doesn't really matter, but it's best to use your own guitar, your own pickup, in my experience. Not always. If you find an impulse response from 3 Sigma that works great on the Helix and you blend it in, that's awesome. Go ahead. If it sounds good, it is good, right? But this could be very interesting for you acoustic players that want to try getting something in the Helix from your own guitar, your own pickup. Okay. So let me show you what this thing looks like. I'm not going to show you how to install it and how to do all that, getting it loaded and everything. It uses a program by Google, which you install, and then it runs this file. And once you've got the file running, it looks just like any other piece of software, which is fantastic. Downloading it is fine. Just follow the instructions. You can go to acousticir.free.fr. That's acousticir.free.fr. And on there, you will find complete instructions on how to download the app. I'll call it an app. It's not an, it's a Google generated piece of software, and how to load it up. I'll show you when you've got it all running. I'll show you what it looks like. When it's all up and running, it looks just like this. So let me just move myself. Ooh, there we go. When it's up and running, it looks like this. Excuse me, behind there, that's the pod stuff, of course. I'll just move this one. I can't resize it. If I resize it, it gets a bit wonky. That's fine though. This looks great as it is. So this is the software. This is great. So all you do, follow. He's done such a great job of this. Select your configuration. So pickup is in channel 2 and mic is in channel 1. So what you'll need to do this is an audio interface and a microphone and an acoustic guitar with a pickup. I feel like most players in the Helix community and most people that dabble this kind of stuff have these things. If not, you probably should have them anyway because they're great for live streaming, right? And by the way, if you are watching this and you have any questions as I'm going, please let me know in the chat. So, pickup in channel 2, mic in channel 1 is the first option, or pickup in channel 1, mic in channel 2 is the other option. So that's pretty self-explanatory, right? I have this mic here, it's in channel 1, and I'm going to plug the guitar's pickup into channel 2. So I need to select mic in channel 1 and pickup in channel 2, which I've got there. Okay, that's great. Let's just double check that. Mic in channel 1, yes. Number 2, choose your audio interface and driver. So this will be the audio interface that I mentioned. The input is this one, the 4-pre USB core audio, and you can select the other ones there, but that's what I use, the 4-pre. And the output is the 4-pre as well. So I should hear that through these in-ear monitors when I'm doing it. The frequency is 44K and 24 bits. I'm not going to change that. I don't think I need to. If you do for any reason, you can. Now, number 4 is the test recording and check the levels. This is optional, but when I'm gonna do this real soon, and when I do it, I can record a test and I can check my levels on the screen, and it will tell me if the levels are too high or too low. So I can do a quick test before I actually make the impulse response. 5 is to actually generate the impulse response, and you're going to press record and play the guitar for 1 or 2 minutes. I presume that if you play for 2 minutes, it's better. I don't know. I'll do 1 minute. I don't see. I haven't compared them. This is all new to me. I'm just trying it out. The IR file format will be 2048 points and 16 bits. And again, you can change that there. But I'll leave it like that for now. I'm not actually sure. I think the Helix can do either 2048 or 1024. I'll leave it as it is. I'll leave everything as stock. And if you want to play around with this and find anything cool, then let me know in the comments below, please. 7 is compute IR, that will generate the impulse response. 8 is listen. You can listen back to what you've recorded. So when I play the guitar in a minute and I play for 1 minute, I can then listen back to what I played in the mic, the pickup, and the IR. Now obviously with the mic, you want to position it with the headphones in and the guitar. You can move it around and find the place you want it to be. And then you can listen back to the mic, the pickup, and the IR and compare them and make sure you're happy with them before you generate the final file. Number 8 is save IR. And this is really cool too. I like what he's done here. You've got standard, and actually I have the explanations here of what these are. Standard, one file is generated. It's an approximation of the match. So this is just like your basic impulse response, okay? One file, you get your impulse response, and then we can load that into the Pod Go, which we'll try as well if this works out. The second one is various flavor. It will give you the raw IR, which will have a lot of low end. Remember, microphones pick up a lot of low end, and impulse responses may feed back the same way that a microphone would feedback. And that's something else we'll address with EQ as well. So you also get a 50% pickup and IR blend file. That's really cool. So you get a blended file. Now we can blend with the Helix, but this is going to give you that file in case you don't have a blend option on whatever you're using. That's really cool too. I like that. And you get a feedback friendly option, which will give you the standard feedback IR file, has a 6 dB attenuation on the main low frequency. So he's cutting a frequency that's known to feedback. But remember, we can also cut these on and blend on the Helix as well. Now, will it work? I can't tell you that. You're gonna have to try it and see what you think with your ears. But I will try it on here and we'll see how it sounds on the stream. And there's one more option, the JF45. You see here? That's John Fields. He's also in the Acoustic Guitar Forum. In addition to the standard IR file, an IR made with John Fields' open source algorithm, which gives a drier tone. John Fields' algorithm is a very straightforward IR algorithm with a kind of integrated blend feature. Basically, for every frequency the IR would get crazy, it adds a bit of pickup at that frequency. So this is John Fields' algorithm. So we could try that as well. I might not have time to try all these today, but they're the ones that you can try. I would definitely suggest when you create this that you export the standard and the feedback friendly at least. And then, hey, why not just export all of them, right? Try them all. Then you've got the save button and file name. So we'll type the file name here of what the file is, and we will save that. Obviously, I'll call it I'll call it maybe HD28 K&K IR feedback friendly, just so I know exactly what the IR is, because later on you're going to forget what these things mean. And I'll save that, and then you've got your close button. And very importantly, I will say this, there's a donate button. This is free software. If you use this and you make something that you end up using in your Helix or whatever, I think I'll encourage you to click donate and send Kian a donation, because this obviously took a lot of time and research, and we appreciate it. Hey Peter, how you doing, my friend? This is an impromptu live stream. Yeah, hi from Miami. Peter helped me with my camera. Thank you so much. And actually today I've decided to turn the blue light off, so it's cool. I did change the aperture. It's kind of too blurry for me and stuff like that. But thank you, Peter. You really helped me out with this. I really appreciate it. Here's a shot of the main room, by the way. I've got a new microphone light behind me. And yeah, I got the blue light off today. I quite like it. It's more of a natural kind of color. My only problem today is my hair, because it's so hot in here. My hair is not staying up. That's fine. So let me get back to where I was. Desktop. Okay. In fact, can I just, let me just cut my hair off so I haven't got to worry about it. Look at that. Technology. Now I haven't got to worry about my hair. Awesome. Okay, so shall we do this? Without further ado, shall I give this a try? And we will see what happens. This will be very fun. Now I have several pickups, as you know. I have the Martin HD28 with the K&K. Great pickup. Can be prone to feedback, so I'm a bit worried about that. It should sound really good with this, but it could feedback live. An undersaddle will feedback less and have more of a punchy sound, so that could be the way forward. I have the Anthem that has the mic and the undersaddle, and I could do an IR with just the undersaddle, or the undersaddle and the mic. Or I could just, I mean, the best thing with this program is to try everything. Just try it all and see what works for you. I presume most people have an undersaddle pickup. I can't decide which one to do. You know what? I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one. This is the Bags Anthem. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use the Anthem mic, the true mic. I'm going to shut that off, because I feel like a great test for this will be having just the undersaddle pickup. A lot of people have undersaddle pickups in guitars and they don't like the sound of them. They don't think they sound very good. So I think that's the one that I'll use to test. All right, so I got the guitar. Now I'm just going to tune it up. I don't really need to, but I want to make sure that it sounds nice for my recording when we play it back. Awesome. So that's in tune. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is what you're going to have to do when you do this as well, by the way, okay? Thank you, Peter. Thanks for your help. I really appreciate it. I was so stressed out last week because the camera wasn't working right, and Peter helped me. Go subscribe to Peter Gregg and Peter Gregg Live. You won't regret it. That's right. So basically, I'm going to shut this mic off because this mic in front of me here, I'll just show you. You might not see it. Now there's a mic here, so it's my shotgun mic that I use for talking. I'm going to have to turn that off. Obviously, I don't want to interfere with anything. And then I'll just bring you back to the desktop. I'm going to plug this guitar into input 2. Remember on the screen it says pick up in channel 2. So let me grab this cable here. I think it's this one. Yeah. And the important thing here will be setting the levels correctly. So let's see if we can do that. I'm going to set the interface so it just flashes on the red, so it's not clipping too much. Make sure my volume's turned down before I plug this in. Okay. So this is now in channel 2. This microphone is in channel 1, and I'm going to turn on phantom power. Hopefully you won't hear anything. Oh, hi, my friend. The creator is right here. I'm glad you could join us. Maybe you can you can give me some tips as I go. And you can give me some tips on my hair as well. Now, give me some tips on what you think. We'll see. I like this. Okay, so I am going to position this microphone. You probably can't see it, but I'm going to position it about a hand length away from where the guitar meets the body, which is what I tend to do. I don't like the mic too close, but I don't want it too far away either. Okay. Now, do I need to turn the vocal mic off to do this? Actually, I don't think I do. Or no, do I? I'll see. I am going to record 10 seconds of guitars. Yeah, while I do that, I'll mute the mic. I'm going to press on record 10 seconds. I'm going to set my levels on my interface so that they are strong but not clipping in the red. Okay. If this gets too loud for you, turn your volume down briefly. And then I'm going to do the 10-second test recording. So let me mute my mic and we'll do that right now. Okay, so you're about 30 seconds behind me, but what I did there is I recorded the 2 sounds. I didn't max them out as much as I said I was going to, so I didn't want to be too loud on the stream for your computers. So hopefully Cuki will tell me what these levels are like on the screen. It says make sure it's not too weak, see the black lines. So that signal is supposed to be at the black lines, which it is. I see the red is, but I'm not sure if the other one is okay as well. So I'm going to let him tell me if that's okay. If I wasn't doing a live stream, I would set it so both levels are just before clipping, just before the red, and then back them off slightly so I get a really strong signal. We'll see. I'm going to let Cuki tell me what he thinks. And then once I've done that, all I got to do is actually compute the IR. I will actually make it. What I'm doing right now is just testing the levels, setting the levels correctly. Once I've done that, I'll generate the IR. Then we can listen back to the mic, the pickup, and the IR separately. And then the last step is just to bring it into the Helix or the Pod Go and process it with reverb and effects. So he says it's fine. Awesome. Okay. So shall we try it? Oh, the blue seems weak. So which one is the blue, my friend? Is that the... Do you know which one's red and which one's blue? Do they indicate a certain... Does the blue indicate the pickup or the mic? Push the gain. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure which... Okay, I'll do it now. It might just be a bit loud out there for you guys. Apologies. That sounds good. Okay, there we go. That looks healthy, right? He doesn't remember. Look at this. I said, which one's blue and which one's red? He goes, I don't remember. One's the pickup, one's the mic. I know that. I know. I just wondered which one's which. The blue one must be the mic, because the mic had to be. So basically, I had the gains on my interface at noon, and now I've got the mic at 3 and the pickup at 1. So the weak one was the mic. So we know that the blue is the mic. Blue, remember, like the blue microphone, right? The blue Yeti. Blue is mic, red is pickup. Yeah. How does that look to you? That looks healthy to me. I can see the blue and the red just slightly above the black line. Awesome. So make sure you do that, okay? When you do this, plug them in the right... This is so easy. Anyone can do this. Get a good mic, plug it in to the right channel of your interface. You need a good interface. I mean, they're not that expensive. Again, quick plug for myself. All the links in the descriptions of my new videos are affiliate links. I have Reverb, Sweetwater, and Amazon. Please consider using them to support my channel. Thank you. Now, I have and my gear is also linked in the description as well. This is the Claret, I don't know how you say it. The Scarlett 4 pre-USB. It's great. It's been really good for me. All right. Okay. Now the moment of truth. Are you ready? All of my 8 viewers. I tell you what, the rest of the world do not know what they're missing out on. Actually, no, that means 8 in the chat. We might have more viewers. That's the thing with YouTube. You never know how many people are actually watching. But that's fine, because Kuki's here and I'm here, and we're going to find this out together. Thank you, Ernie. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, we're praying for you, my friend. I just want to say, before we do anything else, let me mute this microphone. This is what an undersaddle pickup sounds like. Oh no, that's the mic as well. This is what an undersaddle pickup sounds like. So as you can hear, it doesn't have a lot of depth. It has that piezo harshness. When you really dig in, you get that kind of compression. I'm trying not to say the word quack because Larry Fishman doesn't like it, but there we go. Quack, whatever, plasticky sound. It's not bad. And actually, you might want this sound. It's great to have an unsaddled pickup in your guitar because you might play a gig where you need that sound. You need to cut through. You don't want any IR, no microphones, no body sensors. You just want to cut through a live band. That's why I like the full Anthem and not the Anthem SL. Because you can shut the mic off and just play undersaddled pickup. Sometimes that's awesome. Sometimes that's awesome. When you play and record and live stream, you want a more natural sound. Right. And sometimes you want a blend of the two, if you want to be in between. So let me put the mic back to where it was. I'm now going to make the impulse response. Hey, Wallace. Are you ready? This is going to be awesome. I just have a great feeling about this. I am now going to click on quack. Yeah, well, that's, there's got to be a better word than quack, hasn't there? I'm going to click on Compute IR, and I'm going to play. Okay, so Kuki's here. We can ask him questions because he wrote the software. Important question then. Record for generation, 1 minute or 2. If I record for 2 minutes, will it sound better? Is my first question. If I'm using a Helix, do I need to set these numbers here, the 44.1 to 24? Helix uses 2048, but the Podgo uses 1024. Not good at maths. So which one should we select? And yeah, they're my questions for you. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat because you might not get another chance to speak with Kuki while he's here. All right. And Kuki, feel free to put in the chat the link to download this. But don't download it until I finish my demo. But put the link there for me so people can check it out, please. Okay, I'm going to turn off the vocal mic and I'm going to click on Compute IR and I'm going to play my guitar to create this impulse response. Oh, I have a new algorithm that makes more in-between tone, yet with the piezo characteristic, not without the quack, not including software. Okay, well, we hope to see that. Will you be releasing updates to the software is another question. And Yeah, I would just like some tips on, should I, like in the Helix, I can blend the acoustic guitar impulse response in with the natural pickup. Should I use that or not? Should I use this file here that you create, the one that with the various flavors, the one that does the blend for me, 50/50 blend, or should I blend on the Helix? I never know that. I have no idea. In principle, yes. In the full version, definitely yes. On this version, I have to think. So he's still working on this. This is a work in progress. Okay, well, let's see how good it is, shall we? Let's do compute IR and see what happens. That was the worst demo ever. I was freaking out because I pressed the wrong button. You don't press compute IR, you press record. Record for IR generation. Record. This one here. Okay? That's the one I should have pressed. All right, so now the moment of truth. Let's take a listen to these recordings and see what it sounds like. Are you ready for this? I'm not sure how loud they're going to be. I'm not sure if you're going to hear them, actually. Let's see if you can hear them out there. Here's the pickup by itself. Uh-oh. Can you hear that? If you wait too long to start, it will fail. I'm just thinking, should you be able to hear that? I think you should, but I don't think you can. What am I doing wrong? Uh-oh. Maybe you're not going to hear this, but I guess you will hear the... Yeah, you'll hear it. You'll hear it when I play it through the Helix because I'll send a line out. But can you hear what I'm playing here? Oh, I'll just tell you because I know. Compute it first. Yeah. Okay. In fact, let me do it again. You can't hear me. Okay. I'll just tell you what I'm hearing. I'll play the IR through the thing itself. Just bear with me. Let me record the track again. Okay, yeah, but don't worry, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you what it sounds like, and then when I do the demo through the PodGo, then you're going to hear that. So don't worry too much. Let me just see. So when I press on pickup, you can hear me now, right? Yeah. When I press on pickup, Ah, okay, thank you. After recording, then press compute IR. Okay, there we go. I am going to listen and I'll just tell you what I hear. Make sure it sounds good. Then I'm going to export it and save it, load it into this pedal on my left, and then you will hear it. So stick around. You're going to hear the final result. What I like about this, Cuki, is that it tells you the frequency here. So it shows you, look, basically this is what the kind of EQ curve of this guitar is. So 151 is a resonant peak of this guitar. So if you cut that, you're not going to get feedback. So I guess what you're doing there, Cuki, is you're cutting that on the feedback reduction file for me. You're cutting that because that is going to feedback like crazy on a stage, right? I might even do some more cuts in the Helix as well when I'm done. So let me just see. If I press pickup, I should just hear the pickup of the guitar, like when I played to you earlier to show you what understand how pickup sounds like. That's what I'm going to hear. Yeah. And that's exactly what I hear, that kind of quacky, direct sound, okay? I know you can't hear it. I'm hearing back what I just played, and it just sounds like the pickup that you heard earlier. If I press mic, it's the recording of the mic. It's a bit distant. I might have the mic a bit too far from the guitar. I don't know. I don't want to mess around too much today, but you want to play around with mic position for that for sure. If I press II, I'll hear the impulse response. Sounds good. Very loud and strong. So actually, that sounds great. It sounds really bright, Cuki. I'm impressed. Kind of sounds brighter than the mic, which is good for me. It's got more punch than the mic, but it doesn't sound like a pickup. That's good. I like that. Okay, so let's export one, and I'll play it to you through the Line 6 Pod Go, and then you can hear what it sounds like direct. You'll hear that. Don't worry. So save IR file. I will do standard, and I will name it Cuki standard. Wave. I would also put the name of the guitar as well, HDC, because I want to remember. I don't forget which guitar I made it with. So Cuki standard wave. Put as much information there as you need. Press on save, and it will save it to my downloads. I'm also going to do feedback friendly. So Cuki feedback. Oh, Cuki FF I could do. HDC and save that. Okay, awesome. Now, let me just make sure it's saved those. It should be in my downloads. Cuki FF HDC. Yeah, I love the way it saves the JPEG as well. Check this out. Look, it saved this as well. This is brilliant. So I actually have a graph. This is my guitar, right, Cuki? This is what the mic picked up, yeah? So I know, does this mean that I know that my guitar is going to feedback at 151 at all times? Does this mean that whenever I play live, I cut 151? You know, if I'm not using your IR, is that what it means? That's so cool. I love this. That's a nice little touch. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to plug in the Pod Go, and I'm going to show you what it sounds like played directly into the computer. This will hopefully be very impressive. Let me bring you back to my main screen. Let me just put the guitar down. I'll turn these off. I don't need this mic and this guitar anymore. So now you're hearing the shotgun mic, and I'll get rid of this microphone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my guitar into the Pod Go, and I'm going to come out of the Pod Go into my interface. So I'm coming out now. And this is the hardest part, honestly, remembering which cable goes where, right? I can't wait for you to hear this. This would be really cool. Now, plug the guitar in. I've got the world's shortest guitar cable, which is a really bad idea. Pardon the pun as well. Okay, so that's the shotgun mic. We bring this one up. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my, in case you don't believe me, I have a Podgo sitting here. Can I just show it to you? There it is. It looks messy. All right, I do have a Podgo here, honestly. Right, I am going to create a new preset on the Podgo, which will be 32A. And I am going to just load these in quickly. I'll be right there. I'll show the desktop in a second. I'm going to load these into the impulse response slots that the pedal has, which is awesome because it has them right there. Okay, I'll just show you how I did that. 1 second. I'm going to come back to this screen. Desktop. Okay, this is my desktop view. Make sure you can see that. So this is a new preset, right? This is the Podgo. I just made a video review on this today. If you didn't see it, please do watch it. I'd appreciate it. Here's your input. Here's your expression pedal. Another expression pedal. These are always set the same. This is volume and wah. You always have these. 2 effects blocks. You can change them to whatever you want. A send, that's always there. An amp. Obviously, I don't want an electric guitar amp. A cab, which could be an IR. That will be our impulse response. An EQ, which could be useful in case this thing is feeding back if it needs further tweaking. And then 2 more effects sends here. And you can move these around anywhere that you want to, okay? Just a quick overview of what you're looking at. Now, this amp here, I'm actually going to, if you click on preamp, here's a tip for you. You can select the Studio 2 preamp. So that now becomes a tube preamp, which is much more useful for acoustic guitar, okay? So I'll double click on that. And I can use this. This is really cool. It has a polarity, so we can invert the polarity. Also a low cut, high cut, gain, everything we need there. So do that. If you've got a Podgo, do that to start with. This also works on Helix and HX Stomp and everything as well. Now, on the amp here, we can actually change this to an impulse response, which is what we're going to do. And they are at 1024. Ours is at 2048. So it is different. I don't know if that will affect anything. Well, there we go. Double click on that. Now I'm going to choose, that's a guitar amp right now, I don't want that. I'm going to choose standard HDC. One thing to remember with the IRs in this Helix, they seem to be open up at -18 dB. I would always bring that up to maybe 0. It's going to be very quiet. Now, to start with, I'll turn this off. So what you should be hearing is my guitar straight through. Let's see if it works. Turn off the mic. Okay, so there is your pickup sound. That's what I heard earlier when I did my listening and you couldn't hear. I heard that. Then I heard the microphone sound, which we know what a guitar sounds like into a microphone, right? Now what I'll do then, so I think, can we agree that sound isn't the most pleasing? So if I click on this IR and turn it on, let's see what that sounds like. Wow, I gotta say, I'll give you a round of applause, Cuki. That's brilliant. Doesn't that sound good? You know, when you turn it off, you realize how bad it sounds without it. Because when I turn it off and dig in, it's like, meh, meh, meh. And when I turn it back on, it has that warmth of the mic. Ernie said, how do I download it? And Cuki said, read the instructions. Cuki has a YouTube video that explains exactly how to do it all, which is great. But maybe watch it a few times. And then on the website, there's a link to the software. It's not, Cuki, it wasn't hard to do. I'm pretty good with computers. It's not like just downloading a regular program and running it. You have to download a program and then launch his application within the program. But it is doable. I think it sounds great. What do you think? Let's try the feedback one. I turned the preamp off because he said, does that affect the tone? Okay. So what you're hearing now is just the guitar with the IR. Let me put it on the feedback reduction one. And actually, you know, I tend to, oh, sorry, right here. I actually tend to cut a lot of lows from these big guitars anyway. I've been doing low cuts lately around 120, but I'll do 100. And then what I'd like to do is use this block here. In fact, let me record a loop so we can then edit it briefly with some effects and EQ. That'll be the last step of this video. So I'm going to record this time with a looper. I'm going to insert a looper right here. Just a one switch looper. Okay, and I'm going to, where is that? I want to bring it to the, I'm actually going to bring it to the front of the chain. If I do that, then anything that I change on my sounds here will be reflected by it, which is really cool. I just need to assign it to something. Is it assigned to a foot switch right now? Yes, it is. Okay. So I'm gonna record that. 1 second. Okay, that is a loop. That's what I just recorded, okay? Now, if I change things, it will be reflected. So I can get rid of that low cut that I did. And I can bring the low cut on. That's what a low cut does. You hear that? So all that boominess down the bottom, I can actually, if I don't want it, I can take it away. So let's do that. Now I'll add a reverb as well. I want some reverb here. So there you go. There's just some reverb and some low EQ. I mean, it sounds great. I would say, turn this down. I would say, if you're playing live, I mean, for live streaming and recording, this is fantastic. I would say if you're playing live, sometimes I do have a problem with these things feeding back the way a microphone does. I would turn on the EQ, and this is what I would do. I would set the mid-gain Q to the smallest Q, and I would turn the gain up, and I would scan through to see if there's any weird frequencies. Now, you really want to do this in the room you're playing in with the PA and amp that you're using. This probably won't feed back in headphones, will it? Because there's nothing to feed back. So this is what I would do live. Now, do you hear that? You can hear this. If you bring the gain right up, you can hear the sound changing. Okay, so maybe I don't want that, so I'll just cut that gain down. There we go. So now I can switch between the two. This is no impulse response. And this is impulse response. And don't forget, there's also a mix level as well. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it works, right? It sounds great. And I didn't even try, I just tried one time. I didn't even try multiple mic positions. And I can still EQ it as well. If I want more high, I could. I can still use the full EQ here. There we go. Add some more reverb if I want to. Yeah, it's really good. Now, just one more thing. That is the... I want to play the pickup with the mic as well. So the mic in the guitar doesn't sound... I like the impulse response. One thing I'd like to try is making an impulse response with the mic, because this guitar has the true mic, the mic and the pickup. I'd like to try making an impulse response with the true mic turned on, and then try to blend that in. Just because I find when I watch back my live concerts I do on the weekends here on the channel, it can sound a bit kind of too direct. I want more of a natural sound when I play on the channel. Sometimes I want this anthem sound on stage, but on the channel I want more of a natural sound. I would love to try blending in, say, 50% impulse response with the pickup set to undersaddle and microphone. Just to see if I can add a bit more depth and realism to the live stream sound that I get. And I guess now we're all doing live streaming, this is a technique that could be useful. So, do we have any questions? I think that was very successful. I'm very relieved. Like I said, I didn't try different mics. I didn't try different positions. I wasn't even sure if the position I had it would work, because I had it kind of at an angle, and I usually have my mic at a different position. So Cuki says, try it. It takes 1 minute. Of course, I totally agree. In fact, I'll leave the video up. I think it went pretty well. If you do try this out, then please let us know what you think. If you end up using it, please let us know. And if Cuki updates it and does anything like that, I'll let you know on the channel as well, because I think this is brilliant. I wish someone like Line 6 would put this into the pedal, or companies would take this more seriously and release an app that does this kind of thing that isn't locked down and can be used in these Helix pedals, because how great to have this. He also says that 2 minute, if you record the 2-minute version, it sounds better. So that's good to know as well. I will do that next time. For sure. Let me just make this bigger. Yeah, I assumed that the 2-minute version would sound better, but I wasn't sure. I assumed that would be the case. So do the 2-minute version, try some different microphone positions and things like that. Let me know in the comments below. I'll leave the video up. We'll put the link to the software there. Let us know in the comments below if this works for you. If you use it with the Helix, let us know if it works well with the Helix. Let us know anything you do to make it sound even better. And we'll take it from there. But I think this has been fun. I think he did a great job. I'll put the link in the description. If you like it, send him a donation, because this obviously took a lot of time. And once again, I'm not sure what people think out there, so let us know. Listen with studio monitors or headphones, please. And let me know in the comments below if you think this sounds good and if you think this is something you would use live. All right, well, thanks for watching, and thank you to Cuki. Really appreciate it. There he is. I'll give you one more round of applause. Thanks for doing this for the community. We really appreciate it. Awesome, awesome. Enjoy. Go download it. Try to make some impulse responses. Let me know what you think. All right, until next time, take care, everyone. I'll see you back again soon. And if you've got some time now, please go watch my Pod Go review. I'd really appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.